About 20 seconds away. Can everyone hear me okay and hear the state of play audio okay? Is there like any balancing issue? I'm so shocked they're still coming with PS4 games. I think they're probably going to for at least the first year of the PS5 being out, because they had a lot of games actually that were being released for the Vita years after they stopped it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That started a bit quick. It didn't seem like it was 20 seconds, did it? All right, anyway. I guess this is gonna be it. I guess because COVID, they've got things that have been delayed. Oh, that's possible. That is definitely possible. All right, let's see what they're gonna put up. Oh, Crash!
Hey everyone, I'm Lou Studdard, producer at Toys for Bob, and I'm here to talk to you about Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time.
Toys for
Crash 4 is
Bob.
a direct sequel to Crash Bandicoot Warped. The devious villains,
people that said that there's no standard for subtitles.
Their interdimensional prison, leaving an evil scientist-sized hole in the universe.
Oh,
now
yeah,
they've
Crash,
got their
yeah, I
eyes
forgot
set
about
on
that
not
too.
only simply conquering this dimension, but all dimensions. And it's up to Crash and Coco to save the day. Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is the first totally new game in the Crash Bandicoot series in over a decade. So for us at Toys for Bob, we felt that it was important to reintroduce longtime fans as well as new players to this amazing franchise. First,
I'm not super confident in Toys for Bob having a lot of subtitles or a lot of accessibility features on there, because they kind of have been very standoffish with it. Especially with the stance they took in the initially for Spyro.
Definitely been changes since we first
and like I said, they had no standard for subtitles.
Throughout Crash 4, you'll see those changes to our gameplay and even our art style. Our art teams wanted to take inspiration.
So we'll see. I am not confident in this one.
The animated cartoons that inspired those original games, all while also delivering bigger, more awe-inspiring dimensions to explore. Throughout Crash 4, you'll see wide open new vistas, new character models, and lots of expressive animations. And with all of that also comes new additions to the platforming, like having the ability to wall run, rope swing, rail grind, and zip line as well.
Looks cool.
In the original trilogy, specifically Crash Warped, there were certain moments in the game where Crash would change outfits. Think Crash wearing a biker jacket
100%, but also just the game style is a little more accessible, at least for you just being able to play it at all. That's true. I mean, yeah, it's still a platformer, and I'm terrible at those,
These
but
skins are totally cosmetic and a fun way to express yourself while playing the game. And just to be
I can
clear,
definitely see there's
no
potential
MTX here.
for at least decent
Skins are
built-in
earned by completing
accessibility.
different challenges and earning gems
But
within
we'll see.
levels. Crash 4 also introduces the Quantum Masks, the powerful protectors of time and space. Crash and Coco will need their assistance throughout the game to tackle the crazy challenges that we're going to be throwing at the player. Whether it's Ika Ika, who gives you the ability to instantly flip your center of gravity.
Did those masks in Crash games give you benefits before, or they were always just stuff you unlock? Because I can't remember.
Who allows you to phase shift elements in and out of existence, bending the rules of reality and altering your environment with these new masks.
It'd be interesting to see how they handled death perception. The old games really struggle with that. Yeah, that's also true, especially with the switching perspectives of straightforward to left to right.
For starters, you can play the entire game as Coco.
Or even yeah, when you're coming towards the camera like the original Crash did. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they handle that perception for sure.
Story this time as well. But that's not all. We've got a few other characters that you'll get to control at key points in the adventure, so that they can provide their own fresh perspectives.
Yeah, this upside down gravity aspect of it, that always trips me up in games a lot.
Blaster to change.
I can't ever do it properly, and I always screw up every single time.
That for the first time, you'll also get to tail slap your way through crates as Dingo Dial. I repeat, you get to play as Dingo Dial in Crash 4. Now, a lot has changed in the years since we last saw Dingo Dial. In fact, he hung up his old flamethrower rocket launcher combo when he decided to retire from a life of villainy and open a diner. Unfortunately for Dingo, fortunately for us, his adventure begins by witnessing the destruction of said beloved diner and getting sucked into another dimension.
So far, it's not looking great. Too busy backgrounds, the front on camera and sections, and the upside down stuff. Yeah, that's kind of same thing too.
Finding new and exciting ways to play through the game. In the past, it's been about taking on time trials or discovering all the hidden secrets. Well, for Crash 4, We wanted to bring something brand new to the table.
Yeah, I
we
can even
teamed up
tell
with our
like
friends at
there's not a
Beanox
lot
to
of
create
huge
a brand new
contrast
style of play for Crash 4 that we
compared
call
to
inverted mode. It's our souped-up, bump-a-berry-fueled take on a mirror mode. Not only are perspective shifted,
inverted
but
mode
now
is
each of the
interesting. That's
dimensions
good for
are
a high
rendered in
contrast
new and
mode.
unique art style that really changes the
I know
look
they're
and
not
feel of the
making an
experience.
accessibility option,
One
but
dimension could be asking you to traverse through a neon wasteland, while another tasks players with spinning paint all over the environment to see.
I
their
wonder if
path
that's
forward.
enabled for the game or
We've
if
even
that.
got one that feels like an old-timey movie with the overcranked
Well, that
camera
rainbow
speed
mode is definitely not
increasing
great for
the actual
color
speed of gameplay
blindness.
as well.
Ugh.
Once unlocked,
It's
players
like they
can
got
replay all the game's
potential,
levels with a totally new,
but
and
they're definitely not
dynamic
doing
look
this for
and feel.
accessibility
It's
purposes.
An incredibly
You can
fun
tell.
feature that is going to give every player, especially the completionists out there, a reason to revisit each level again to see what new and exciting experiences in store for them. So that's
That
some of the new
inverted
stuff that
mode
we have in
seems
store for
interesting.
you
I
in
wonder if
Crash Bandicoot 4
Crash 4
is
color
about
splash.
time.
Yeah.
Experience the space and time-bending madness on October 2nd.
I forgot that it comes out in October.
Today's State of Play is loaded with third-party updates for PS4 and PSVR, and some new PS5 gameplay too.
Oh, they said no
We
PS5
opened the show
announcements.
with an all-new
That
look
probably means
at
they just
Crash
didn't have
4. It's about time, coming to PlayStation
any
4
dates
on
or
October 2nd.
release dates or
Now let's keep the party going with the latest from
price.
IO Interactive.
oh, Hitman. Might be cross-gen games. Yeah, it could be true. Yeah, that's true. This is a series I wanted to get into, but I remember the first game had so small of a text that I couldn't play it. But I love the whole concept
Besides, this is your big day.
of this.
You should mingle, have fun.
Oh, don't worry about that. My art speaks for itself.
Well, I have to go. I'll call you when I get back to New York.
You know what? Honestly, even for its automatic captions, it's not bad. I've seen worse. Wait a second. Why did we go into first person? I just realized that Hitman was always a third person. Hey, Farrell, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. This looks like it could go. Let's go real quick. Yeah. Death awaits January. Oh, VR. Huh. That's why it's in first person. Why does this music sound familiar? This music sounds so familiar. Oh, wait. Oh! Aha! Braid! That's why it sounds familiar. Yeah, the anniversary edition. Huh.
We are happy to announce Braid Anniversary Edition. It's the classic puzzle adventure where you manipulate time, hand repainted for modern high resolutions.
Oh,
Many
wow.
areas have
Well,
been
that's cool.
re-envisioned to make them more unique, and it's even more like a living painting with brushstrokes animating the world. There are more than 9 pixels for each pixel in the original game. There are new animations for smoother motion,
Improved sound and music to enhance the mood, and many hours of developer commentary and interviews on subjects like puzzle design, programming, and visual art.
We plan to make it the most detailed commentary in any game ever. So if you want to learn how video
Interesting.
games are made, Braid Anniversary Edition will be a really good resource.
We hope
That's a
you'll enjoy
neat
the
idea.
game when it comes out early next year.
Huh. Okay. That could be interesting.
The Pathless is a mythic adventure set on a mystical island. Let's take a quick tour in this new footage captured from PS5.
PS5.
Hi everyone,
Interesting.
this is Matt Nava from Giant Squid. I'm excited to share more with you today about our upcoming game, The Pathless. The Pathless is an open-world, mythic adventure game set in a vast forest. You play as the Hunter. The Hunter is a master of archery. She can shoot talismans to fill her dash meter, which allows her to bound
You know, I'm
across
just
the
saying,
landscape.
these captions are not bad.
Fluid, dynamic movement is at the core of the Pathless. So the game's unique take on archery is all about timing, not aiming down sights.
Ooh,
This design
timing.
is critical to making it possible to
I
shoot
hope they have
even while
accessibility
moving
issues for that, 'cause
fast
that can
and
be a
performing
bit
acrobatic
troubling.
maneuvers.
Especially you have to do
instantly
precise
feel
timing.
as skilled as the Hunter
I like the
herself.
way it looks, like the sort of the speeding through the world. I like that. I mean, I like the concept of it because aiming down sights can be good. It's just basically it's just getting the timing right. So I hope that it's a little
Help
bit
from
the
the
settings are a little bit
eagle,
more
you can even
forgiving for
fly.
that.
The bond between the Hunter and the Eagle is central in the Pathless.
But I like the look of it.
You can gain altitude while you glide by flapping. Make sure you pet the eagle to keep it clean and in good flying condition.
They actually have it where you have to pet the eagle and it gives you bonuses. You know what? Okay, I'm not. I
You'll
like
find secrets all over
the
the
potential in this.
island if you know where to look. Collecting crystals will let you upgrade the eagle's ability to flap. You'll also discover larger puzzles to solve in ancient structures.
Okay. I like at least that the icons are nice and big and they've got a bit of contrast to them. The color though might be definitely could be an issue for color blindness. But everything's pretty large, which is nice. Yeah, this red here could be hopefully that could be
Pathless
changed,
is all about finding your own way forward.
or at least
So unlike most
yeah,
open world games,
have the ability
there's
to
no
change
map.
colors.
Instead, the hunter can use her mask to peer into the spirit world and discover distant landmarks. It even shows you where you've been. Getting to higher vantage points will let you see further with spirit vision.
This is interesting. It's like a high contrast map.
Giant cursed spirits, the source of the
Interesting.
darkness,
That's a
will pose a
neat
concept
technique.
threat
I
to you on
wonder
your
how
quest.
in practice that
They
could
will
work.
try to separate you from the eagle.
Love how they answer, can you pet the eagle right up front? I know, right? Contrast seems a little low, but it looks cool. Pedo is best option. Yeah, I can definitely see that the contrast is decent.
Stay
It's
still
not
in the light to avoid
super
detection.
great. I would love to be able to... I don't know. I think with the maybe the large icons and that it is a bit more contrasted from the background, or at least the dark background, I think could make up for it. But yeah, I would love to be able to see the settings of it to see if it actually
You
does.
won't be able to take on the cursed
Anyway,
spirits.
this
until
could
you've
be
returned
a
light to the
whole trouble mess for those who can't see red. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any game mechanic that uses color as its
When the
way to
obelisk are
convey
restored,
what's happening in the
cursed spirits
game.
will be vulnerable. Chase them down through the forest to corner them in a dramatic final battle.
Yeah, this right here is a nightmare for contrast, especially for those who are colorblind. Like being able to see that I assume it's a dragon or a dinosaur or something. It would be very, very tricky. Even with the lighting effects and the shadow of it. Like, even I'm having trouble trying to be able to keep up with what this thing looks like. It's just a little muddy. Yeah. I mean, it could be like obviously the quality of it being streamed, so it could be just that too. I'm assuming on the PS5 it probably would be a little bit more higher detail, but we'll never really know until we actually see 4K footage of it. Camera seems pretty shaky. Yeah, I was just noticing that too. Hopefully they have that ability to turn on and off, because that could be,
will have to defeat the cursed
excuse me,
spirits
a nightmare.
to bring light back to the world. I hope you've enjoyed this overview of the Pathless.
This has potential.
We've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore and discover.
I just hope that there are decent accessibility settings. Oh, it comes out this year. Okay, well, that's good. I can't see the character and I have good vision. Yeah. Yeah, be really, it kind of does seem a bit difficult. Because that's the thing, I'm not even focusing on the character, I'm focusing kind of on what's moving ahead. And that's tricky.
Next up, let's see what's in store for Spelunky 2.
I remember playing that years ago.
My name is Derek Yu, and I'm the creator of Spelunky.
Whoops.
For Spelunky 2, I wanted to make sure we made something that got old fans excited.
Which studio was that? I don't know. I missed it.
It was important we didn't change the things that made Spelunky such a unique experience.
Octopus or something? Let me take a look.
So many people became fans of the game through their friends and family, and even strangers on the internet. That's one reason why we're adding online multiplayer, so that more people can play the game together. And I also wanted to include that feeling of community into Spelunky 2 itself to make sure that
what was
the
it
game
called
felt
again?
welcoming even though it's difficult. In Spelunky 2, when you do runs and discover new characters, you'll also be building an in-game community.
I legit actually
family.
Pathless, thank you. Okay.
I designed the world of Spelunky 2 to feel much more rich and dynamic than Spelunky 1. It's going to feel a lot more full. Players will be able to explore and interact
Giant
with
Squid
lots of new
Studios.
ways. For example, you'll be able to ride turkeys and find hidden passageways. And you'll have to choose between branching paths as you make your way deeper into the caves. As a result,
Just thinking if it's coming up for PS5 this year, so close to launch or possibly launch, that's a lot of coordination that must have been happening. Yeah, I can imagine that. Especially, yeah, if it's launching it with the PS5. It probably will be for PS4 as well.
Spelunky 1 runs often
probably
around the
cross-gen.
shops and how you chose to interact with them. So in Spelunky 2, we've expanded the shopping experience and made them more nuanced and exciting. And also added new characters that can help you or hinder you. Given how amazing the Spelunky community is, it's hard to say how long it will take to find the deepest secrets. But I think the great thing about Spelunky is that the deepest secrets are the ones that even I don't know about. And there are lots of new things to play with that I hope players can use to push past the boundaries of what we, as the developers,
isn't
know
so
about the
bad.
game.
I always had trouble with
I have
obviously the very
two types
small
of favorite
enemies and being able to
stories
tell
from
which is
Spelunky
which.
fans.
Like that thing at the
First are
top
when
near the
people are
door. I don't know if
genuinely
that's an enemy
surprised
or
by
if that's
something
some
that
like someone come
happened in the
alive or what.
And second, the ones where
1,000
people
ways to
share
die
the
in the
fun
ground. Yeah, pretty
experience
much.
with
That's
friends
how I
and
died a
family
lot
multiplayer.
when I played the first time. That actually was the first video
These are the
that
stories I wanted
kind of
to
went
expand
viral for
upon
me.
in
Not
Spelunky
really.
2. They're really what guided my design choices.
When I first got my first 1,000 subscribers,
After
this was a
releasing
video that was
Spelunky, I
used
knew there
in
was a
a
lot more that could be done with the concept in the world.
another YouTube creator
Knowing that
had
possibility was
used
out
to
there is
basically
what's
say, hey, go
exciting
check
for
this
me
guy
and the
out.
rest of the team. In a lot of ways, when Spelunky 2
Actually, I should probably
comes
check
out,
to
I
see how
want
many
players
views
to
it had at some
experience what
point.
we experienced making it.
It was a lot of fun. A
That
friend of
feeling
mine
that there's something
who also
special
was
there
blind,
waiting for you to discover.
her and I were playing it, and it was great.
Big thanks to the fans who've waited patiently for us to finish Spelunky 2.
Your Spelunky
It's
vid
been a
has
long
one of
journey,
my
but
fave bits in
I
it.
think it's gonna be
Oh,
worth it.
is that the one? It's like,
Thanks.
I'm gonna haunt the hell out of you. I don't even remember what a lot of the jokes. That's the only one I remember from my own trailer. That's the one. I'm gonna haunt the hell out of you. September 15th. Oh, month away. All right. By the way, hey, Mike. Good to see you in chat.
We've got a bunch of new PS4 updates to share with you, starting with a closer look at Genshin Impact.
Hey, there's something strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
I'm going to say it. These automatic captions right now are pretty dang good. I was already watching the State of Play and I saw you were streaming it. Oh, cool. Well, now we get to enjoy it together. Let me just check on something and see what the... Yeah, no, they're auto-generated. Huh. Interesting. This ain't bad for auto-generated. I switched over, more fun. Yeah, totally, hey!
I deal in death. If you cannot
Okay, all right, well that one was bad. My feelings yet, I deal in death. Yeah, probably bad. Yeah, not quite.
What is this disturbance to which I awaken?
Huh? Think you can get away?
All right. I was impressed until just now. I'm sorry. I mean, I love, like, I know there's an audience for anime games. I just have almost no interest in it. Maybe the music's throwing it off. Could be. I think it's also like any effect on the voice could have an issue with being able to pick up. Oh. Oh, this is an issue. I like the animation style in this, but the contrast, oof. And so much going on, I have no idea who's who. But damn, that animation style is really cool. I'll give it that. It looks dope, but it's gonna be a nightmare to play. Damn, this animation looks good. Oh, I wish I could play this. I hope to God this is like one of those studios that are like, you know what? We really wanted to be able to go all in on accessibility, but we'll see. It's like Tron in Hell. Yeah, yeah. Did we play any of the Persona games? No, I never did. Wait, there's a character moving? Oh God, I couldn't even see. I couldn't even see her at all. Wow. I legit can't see with that character at all. All right, well, this is gonna be on my skip list. Yeah, very small. Yeah. Yeah, this is tiny. I never did like this art style. I mean, obviously for being able to see reasons, but I just never could like understand why that's a thing that people enjoy
Bug snacks
in games.
Let's check out some
Bug
gameplay
snacks!
captured from PS5.
Bug
My
snacks!
invitation is open. Come join me on the island of Bug Snacks.
Wow, that's your new lead? Another monster hunt? Elizabeth Megafig is a 2-bit con artist. Don't tell me you actually believe this half-baked nonsense. I swear, if you chase this bug snack story, you're out of a job.
You're the journalist. Nisbert said you'd be coming. There's a bug snack right over there. Do me a favor and take my snack trap.
Stranger, I could use your help. This bunger goes
Oh, as if they couldn't make this game even more interesting to play.
I want you to use that journalistic instinct to find out what my favorite
Oh my god, I was already sold on this. Why do you gotta...
How's my little sprout doing? He misses Papa? Oh, of course he does. Well, I have a
Oh my god.
type traps that I could put to use.
Plumber nut, what a name. I know, that's the worst talking animation I've ever seen in this gen. Yeah, I know. It's Bug Snap Snap, that's right! Bug Snack Snap.
Well, say you do find these bug snacks and make it back alive. You just might keep your job. Now get going and try not to fall off a cliff.
Oh. Come on, I already was interested in this game already. Why do you gotta even add more lore to it? Oh my god.
There's a lot more in store. Let's start with an update on an eagerly awaited PlayStation
Yes!
VR game.
I've been wanting to play this forever! Oh! Oh, but it was on Steam VR for so long. Oh, I was hoping that they would announce this for PSVR. Yes! William loves some bug snack song. Oh, that's awesome. I love that song too. I actually met some people at the ILMX lab a couple years ago because they saw my video with the VR and that was one of their games. So this is dope. Oh, yes. Come on. Tell me it's like available today or something. Oh, it comes out this month. All right. I am going to play the hell out of that. That's for damn sure. I smell sequel. Yeah, could possibly
Whatever
be.
You do
at some point.
Stay in the light.
Review? Maybe. I wanted to do Iron Man VR, but I couldn't really. I mean, I could still, but I consulted a tiny bit for it. It's not great for accessibility. I mean, it's got its issues, and they were very receptive to my accessibility report, but I meant to your video. Yeah. Oh, it smells sequel to my video. Oh, that, yeah. I like that too. I don't know how Iron Man VR is. It's okay. If you had issues with VR stuff in the past, you might have issues with it now. That's kind of basically it. How would you rate Iron Man on a Mario to Mortal Kombat scariness meter? Oh, I'd say probably halfway in between. I mean, it's basically like it's a Marvel game. Like it's like if you can handle Marvel movies, it's basically that. It's just like you're Tony Stark. That's kind of it. Sick. I love Control. Yeah, that was actually really. Yeah, I was wondering when they were going to actually do more of that, do more Control stuff. That's very cool. I'm very, very cool. I'm very, very happy about that. This chess thing I had no interest in. Huh. What is this? I just finished the last DLC, so the timing is perfect. Remember the controls. Yeah, I've been wanting to get back into the Control. I never did actually finish it, but I've been wanting to. because the expansions just look so cool with it, and I've yet to really like. Everyone keeps mentioning about the maze. I don't know really about the maze. I haven't gotten that far. I discovered a little bit of it, but I didn't really know what the hype is for it. So I definitely want to get back in. This is a platform on an arbitrary smaller screen. The maze phenomenal. I know. I keep hearing about it. Yeah, this maze thing, like, oh god, that is way too tiny. Like, that is just ridiculously small. The Pedestrian coming to PS4 in January. Well, that's probably another game I'm going to skip. Just way too small.
Now let's take a look at two new games
oh, cool.
headed to PS5.
For no reason, yeah.
Are the forest shadows. Ghosts. Running silently between the straight, cold lines of a corrupt state.
Quieten down, don't shed a tear.
They count, ration, manipulate.
What game is this?
They've taken everything from those they claim to protect. Authority and steel will not stop us. We aren't an invading army. We are wraiths. We bypass defenses and strike at the heart.
The ghost of the forest, the wraith of the night. Won't think twice, he'll be by your side.
This looks a bit like Thief, maybe?
We take back what was stolen.
Wait, is this a Robin Hood game?
Heroes.
From the dead.
It feels like it.
To others, we are rivals. We are all outlaws.
Huh! Hood. So this is basically like Robin Hood.
But some of us will become legends.
Okay. That's got me interested. Story more than the gameplay, but you know, it's like Robin Hood PvP. Yeah, it kind of feels like that. This game also didn't really interest me that much. I get it, it's kind of like like the other, like a new Pokemon or different Pokemon, but nah. Oh, this is not quite Pokemon game. Yeah. I mean, good on anyone that plays it, but I couldn't even really get that much into Pokemon either, so. Oh. Was Temtem always online? Something for Laura, maybe she loves Pokemon. Yeah. This could be a good alternative. Oh.
Before we wrap up, let's take a tour of Godfall. We've got new PS5 gameplay for this melee-focused action epic launching this holiday.
They announced this last year at the Game Awards, I think. See, right now it just looks like a generic fantasy type game.
My name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director for Godfall. On behalf of Counterplay Games, we are very excited to share
it would have to
with you
really
today
try to,
and to offer you a
do
glimpse
something to try to
into
get me like,
mystical
oh,
world
okay,
of
this is the
Godfall.
world I want to get into.
Today, you'll be seeing extensive gameplay captured on a PlayStation 5 development kit. Please keep in mind that the game is still a work in progress, and some things may change from the final product as we continue to learn and harness the power of Sony's next-generation console. Please enjoy. So let's jump right into what Godfall is.
Okay.
Godfall is a looter slasher that features intense action, satisfying moment-to-moment combat, and robust loot progression systems. You can enjoy the game at your own pace, playing alone, or through online co-op with up to 2 additional teammates. Godfall is set.
That could be fun for my brother and I. We've always tried to find a
filled with heroic knights,
co-op game, but
arcane
we'd have to get a
magic,
PS5.
and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of earth, water, air, and fire. Godfall is a complete package.
Skyrim meets Avatar?
Game are acquired or unlocked.
Are you getting one at lunch? I don't know.
No
I really don't know.
Content. It's all in the game on day one.
Or are you thinking Xbox?
As your adventure, you'll get to
I
tear
don't know.
through enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits
I
you
honestly
at the top. You
don't
play
know.
a Valorian knight, a godlike warrior able to equip valor plates, legendary armor sets that transform you into an unstoppable master of melee combat. Throughout your journey, you'll
I've
find
never really sold you
ancient
yet.
valor plates lost in time. Each
They
with their
definitely
own
have. I'm interested in
characteristics and long
both.
history.
Right now, though,
Now let's talk about gameplay in Godfall.
it's really there's not a lot of games for
our team
either
wanted
that
to
I'm
do
super
something
interested in as of yet.
wanted to
As far as
combine
technology-wise,
action
I'm
RPG
more
loot
interested in the
progression
Xbox
with
side of
third-person melee
things than
combat to
necessarily the
create what we
PlayStation
think
side of
is
things.
a looter slasher.
But there are definitely games that are on PlayStation 5 that
game is
I'm
therefore
interested in,
one
like
part gear
Miles
driven
Morales,
and one part
being
player
kind
skill
of really the main one.
In other words,
this one,
not
Godfall.
only do we want you
Yeah,
to find
I'm not.
exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also
I'm
want
not
you to
really
have
like
that
this hasn't
feeling
sold
of
me yet.
accomplishment or mastering the wide
Like, I
set
don't-
of combat
this
mechanics
seems-
available to you in Godfall.
This seems kind of
From
like
a combat
generic.
philosophy
Yeah,
perspective,
Skyrim.
melee combat in Godfall is intended to be fluid, dynamic, and interactive, embracing offense over defense. More often than not, you'll be facing multiple
Yeah,
enemies at the same
right
time.
now I'd say if I had
As
to
a
like
result,
choose, if
you
I
should
only could get
always be
one,
moving and closing the gap on enemies.
I probably would choose Xbox.
Also, you dominate the combat space, not the enemies, and the game rewards you for being aggressive. Now that you're familiar with the combat philosophy, let's dig into the weapons themselves. In Godfall, there are 5 weapon classes: the longsword, the dual blades,
Yeah, I usually try to do dual blades if I were
polearm,
if I was ever into it.
the two-handed warhammer,
Xbox does have a lot of interesting features, I gotta say. Yeah,
and the two-handed
Yeah.
greatsword.
it's just because we just don't know a lot about the PS5.
Each weapon class has their own unique movesets
Um,
and play styles, ranging from
And we know a
fast
little bit more
combos
about
to more
Xbox, and the
strategic,
fact that it's
deliberate
also Xbox
play.
is more backwards compatible
As you
with
defeat enemies in your
all their
adventures,
games,
you
plus
will
the
acquire
controller, so the
numerous
adaptive controller
weapons
can work with the
for
Xbox
each
Series
weapon
X.
category.
PlayStation, we
Each
haven't
weapon
really
with
seen
their
a
own
lot of in
primary
regards to
and secondary
accessibility, or at least
traits.
anything that's been announced,
At
and
a
that's
later
kind of
date,
sad to
we
be
will delve
honest.
into the weapon classes
I would love
and
for
how to
Sony to be able
modify
to
them
really
in
come out
greater
forward and
detail.
basically say,
For now,
like just as much
we'll
as
go
like
over
Last
the
of Us
dual
was like,
blades
this is the
and
accessibility settings
longsword
and this is
weapon
changes the
classes.
industry. I would love to see
dual blades are the
Sony
fastest
basically
weapon
take that
class in Godfall,
forward
embodying
and
speed,
really
fluidity,
be like,
and
okay, yes,
mobility.
we are like on
Dual
board with
blades are
accessibility, and then
exceptional
these are our
against
plans
soft,
for it.
unarmored
Right now, we
targets
just
or
don't
single
know,
targets.
and that's what's
You can
scary.
perform a combo by
Especially
executing
with
4
the decisions
consecutive
they've
light
kind of already
attacks.
made for the PS5,
The dual
being that
blades
the DualShock
heavy
4
attack
won't
is a
work with
spinning blade
PlayStation 5 games, which I
blade
get, but it's just like,
can also
it's
be
basically the
used
same
as a
controller, just
finisher
minus a
at
few
the end of your light attack combo.
hardware features.
So what
And
are
also,
the signature moves for the dual
the
blades?
PS5 controller is a
As
little
you
bit
build up
heavier, so
charge,
it's going to be harder
you
for
can
people to
also
be able to hold
activate
and
inner
play.
focus,
The haptic
which is
triggers
unique
and
to the dual
feedback are
blades, which
really,
inflicts massive damage
like
in a
that's
short period
sketchy
of
to me
time.
because
There's also mortal
there's no way
coil,
to know
where
if you can turn that
throw
off in the
your blade
OS or
into an
in the
enemy,
games themselves,
pulling
and the
the
developers would
enemy
have to
towards
have
you
that
by
in there.
pulling a cable.
And I don't trust every developer to basically have that option available. So
Now let's switch to the longsword weapon class. Longswords are balanced weapons, embodying crisp damage and simple cooldowns without needing a lot of elaborate combo setups. Similar to dual blades, longswords have their own 4-hit light attack combo. Then there's the heavy attack finisher, which can be used at the end of your
so far
light
looking at
attack
this, I
combo.
don't see anything
There
different
are 3
than any
signature
other.
moves for the longsword class. There's
fantasy
Spectral Flurry,
game with.
which cannot be interrupted and deals high damage to multiple nearby targets. Then there's
I've seen this in so many different games before.
Eviscerates all enemies in a straight.
One would
fixed
think
path.
that with all the positive
Notice
press they
there's
got
a
from
white
Last of Us, they would
flash
continue
after
on
a
that path. They
longsword
possibly
swing called
might.
a timing attack. If
It's
you press the
like there
shield
are
button
definitely people that are
exactly
passionate
at
about
the same time,
accessibility
you'll
there.
perform
It's
a
just
devastating shield
I
uppercut
don't
with
think
your
that there's a lot of them to be able to kind of push that forward.
Core part of Godfall.
We'll see maybe in the next couple of
available to
years
you
how
throughout the
much
entire game.
difference
You can always block incoming attacks with your shield.
accessibility wise internally
Press the
they
shield
both
button
have
at
like
the
both
right
Sony and
time.
Microsoft
You can
have.
also parry
Microsoft has
an
at least an internal
You can
guidelines.
perform a light attack
One of my
after a
like one of my friends
last-second
literally
shield
just got
block,
added on as an
counterattack
Xbox
with
accessibility
powerful
project
shield
manager, which is
Shield
great,
is great,
and I know
not
she'll
just
do
for
a kick-ass
defense,
job in
but
it.
also
And there's a few other people there,
can
so there's a
aim
much
and
bigger
throw
team
your
that
shield,
are
which will
vocal
hit
and active
multiple
on trying to be able to add
nearby
more accessibility.
If you tap
Sony
the shield
has
button just as
a
you
few
catch your
people,
shield, you can perform a powerful
and
wave
definitely
attack.
people at a studio level, but not a
double
lot
tap
as far
the
as I
shield button
know
to
within kind of
petrify
the corporate management level that kind of oversee everything.
And of
There are
course,
definitely
you
like
can
it,
perform
but
an
there are
R3
people there, but the
ground
team is
finisher
very
on
small.
enemies that were knocked
Very, very
down
small.
to the ground.
Yeah, as one of the flagship launch titles of PS5. I don't know. This there's not of a heck of a lot in here that I'm like, yo, this is so cool. Like, it looks neat. I'll give it that. But beyond this, I have no idea.
We hope you enjoyed our first walkthrough video of Godfall running on the PlayStation 5.
I haven't been paying
We
attention at
also
all.
wanna thank our
Yeah, I
fans
sort of
for
am
endless
trying to.
support since our initial reveal back in December. We have a few more surprises coming down the road, such as details on loot and progression, and are eager to share more with you on our way to launch this holiday season.
It'd be nice
hope
if
that
they
you
would
will
say
join our Godfall
accessibility
community on Twitter,
in things they could
Facebook,
talk about.
and YouTube. Thank you.
No one ever really talks about that. That's something that needs to change. But the pacing definitely leaves something to be desired. Yeah, they think I care a lot about more loot and progression than I do. Yeah, I know. Same. I'm like, looter slashers. Okay.
That's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed this peek into the future of PlayStation. See you next time.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it. That's it for that. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I didn't really expect much. I wasn't expecting like a huge amount of like, oh my God, this is so great. It's generic. It works. It's fine. But we'll see. We'll see. That's it. No ending. I mean, that kind of was it. Godfall is kind of like their big thing. It's been a lot better. Yeah, it was kind of mediocre. I mean, here's the thing. I wasn't expecting much because they kind of already preset it was going to be some third-party games, going to be some PS4 games, not really a lot of PS5 stuff. So I kind of got that wasn't going to be a lot there. I was kind of hoping for maybe one sort of surprise that I hadn't really seen much of. The Pathless actually is kind of the only one that kind of looked interesting to me. That I was like, oh, that kind of got me sort of interesting. Might check this out. But beyond that, that was kind of it. That was okay though. It wasn't bad. Wasn't terrible. Wasn't good either. The control thing was the best part for me. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. There's always going to be something in there that's going to be exciting for people. So I hope there's at least one thing that people are excited about. Crash might turn out okay. I I hope it does, but we'll see, I guess. Yeah, I didn't really see much as far as other accessibility stuff other than kind of what I already mentioned. That's the thing with these sort of announcements. There never really is anything accessibility related. So I try to watch these with that kind of critical eye on it and see potential accessibility pros and cons. And I mean, I hope that more events and more like PR and marketing materials can be created for accessibility in mind. Like I love subtly, like no one really kind of had sort of picked up on a lot of it, but pretty much almost every time Ubisoft has like a gameplay trailer or any sort of thing, it's always subtitled, which is something that's kind of like, it's so subtle that not everyone kind of like picks up on it, and no one really does it. No one else does subtitles in any of the trailers or anything other than just captions that are potentially like auto-generated. Like guaranteed, actually, if I go back in and watch the 4K version of this, there will be actual subtitles available. That's what PlayStation does. They will add in like proper captions after the live event. I don't know why they don't put it in the actual video, because it is, you can tell it is a VOD that is set up, at least on YouTube side, that it's scheduled to go live. And I do know from myself, from when I set a video to go live, and especially on a premiere, I can add captions. Like that's something that is available. I can add captions, proper captions that I did beforehand. So I don't understand why they feel like they need to go in and add it later, because they have multiple language streams too. So I don't understand why they don't add that. So it's kind of weird. I don't understand that sort of practice, but we'll get there. But anyway, that's kind of what I saw. It's okay. It's not great. Not bad either. Yeah, it's not bad, but not great either. So that's kind of it. Thank you all for